Hey guys, it is Ebony here from TinyTexasGarden, and I have fruit trees to deal with. I've never had a fruit tree before, so let's open it up and see what it looks like. What I do know is that we need to get them into some water until we can get them potted. Unfortunately, it has been freezing here in Texas. I'm in Texas, Central Texas, Zone 8A. But we're having, well, it's not unusual for us to get frosts and freezes during this time, but it is unusual for it to last for so long. For example, just a few days ago, it was 73 degrees. We were running around the parks, having fun, sunny, warm, in the middle of winter. And for the last, I can't even keep up now, probably for the last 5 days or so, we've been below freezing. And at night, we've been dropping down to the teens. And I think in the next couple of days, we're supposed to get down to 0. And it's lasting for at least 2 weeks, which is unusual. Usually, you know, we may dip down into the 60s and 50s and 40s. That's okay, it's winter time, it's to be expected occasionally. But if we get a freeze, usually it's just a day or two. I mean, it's so bad that everybody panics and the grocery stores are empty because nobody's used to it. They think we're gonna be stuck forever. And by the time that you get comfortable in the house, the freeze is gone, nothing's, back to business as usual, mild winters. But this one has been a record. I think they said we haven't been this cold for this long in 30 years. So, just I start gardening and then we have the frost of 30 years. But that's okay. We work with what we got. But let's see what our fruit trees look like. So unfortunately, my camera woman is unavailable right now. My daughter, she wanted to be my camera woman here, but she can't help me right now. So we'll just do our best here. So what do I have? So I've got a combination apple tree. And these came from Ison's nursery, and they look really healthy. Like some of them are even already sprouting out. I don't know if you can see that. So that's amazing, but it sucks because it's freezing outside. So we'll get it figured out though. So let's see, the combo apple tree. It is an Anna apple, a Gordon apple, a Dorset apple, and a Fuji apple. So if you've never heard of combo apple trees, it really just means that oh no, we lost one branch. Maybe we'll see if we can root it and get us an extra apple tree, a bonus apple tree. Basically, they take some rootstock. In this case, it's M111 rootstock, and they graft onto it branches from other mature trees. So which one is this? So this Fuji apple branch, I don't know if you can see that. This Fuji apple branch, this one here with the yellow, literally came from another tree. And they grafted it on to this rootstock. And so they did that with 4 different types of trees. And the benefit of that is that I have a very tiny yard, and I don't have space for, well, I'm probably going to end up putting a lot of trees out there as soon as I figure out and make sure that I can keep them alive. But I don't really have enough space to just plant so many trees. But having 4 trees in one means that it's self-fertile. So one type of apple can pollinate the other type of apple without me needing to actually buy a lot of different apple trees. Let's see if I can cut. Oh, they've got it on here really good. I'm trying to cut. See, they tied these around. And I got the wrong scissors for this. I should have just brought my blade. Let's see if we can get it. What's also in here, if I can get it out. So I don't know I know kind of what to expect, but not really. So I've put let's see if I can show you this while I do this. So I've put some you know, a little trash bag down here. I don't know how messy this is going to get. Let's see. So I'm in Texas, so we don't get the most chill hours in a normal year. So I had to pick a combo apple tree that had, oh, it is good and moist in there, so that's good. I had to pick a combo apple tree that would still, that had apples that were appropriate for my 8A zone and would still get enough chill hours. Because aside from, oh my, yes, this is a mess. Okay, let's see. Oh wow, can y'all see that? So I've got these gel beads on here. And what I have learned from all of my research and listening to and watching and reading so many different people is that the roots can dry out surprisingly fast. Oh my gosh, look at these roots, guys. This is a good, look, this is my arm. Oh wow, okay, let's see. So this is a stake. What's also in here is my wonderful pomegranate. And it's literally called a wonderful pomegranate. I'm not just being extra facetious. So I'm gonna get this into this bucket. So one of my favorite YouTubers for gardening is Lead Farmer. He actually was a big part of, you know, just motivation that, hey, you can do it even if you don't have the most space, even though he has a good amount of space. The most space or the most knowledge, just put something in the ground. That was his motto, and I agree with that. That's gotten us going here at the Tiny Texas Garden. Okay, so this is my pomegranate. I'm going to get some water and stick these in some water. Because it's so cold, I haven't actually planted these yet. I'm debating whether I should go ahead and pot them and put them into the garage for now. Looks like we're gonna have probably, I think the last time I looked at the forecast, a good 5 more days of frozen weather before we get back to something a little more standard. So for now, I'm gonna put them into some water, and then at some point, we will actually put them into some pots, and I'll show you that soon. But for now, here are my trees, guys. I'm so excited, so excited. I can't wait to start getting some fruit from these babies. I know typically you have to wait a good 2-3 years before you see fruit. I'm hoping that the apple tree might fruit a little sooner since they're grafts from other mature trees. I'm trying not to get my hopes up too much just in case it doesn't work out that way, but hopefully it does. And the reason I'm putting them in pots is one, because I have a tiny yard, but mostly because I haven't quite figured out our sun situation. For example, the sun, I know that the sun, when I moved into this house about 3 years ago, I know that the sun used to always rise and set on the left side of my house. I know because when I bought it, we talked about watching the sunset over some trees way back here. And I used to even sit on my stairs and watch the sunset out of my back windows. But then I noticed once I finally started gardening, actually even before I started gardening, because then I would have to move further to the right in my house to see the sunset. So what I was expecting is that the sun, it was over here in the winter, spring, beginning of the year time, and in the summer, it was further, it was over on the other side. Well, it's still over on the other side where it normally is, or where I have noticed it at the beginning of the year. So I'm not quite sure how it's going to end up. I'm not sure how long it's going to take it to get back over here, or I don't know, guys. It's weird. I know east and west, that was to be expected, but I can't quite figure out the shifting in the times of the year because it's not doing exactly like I remembered it from before. So I'm watching that. All that to say, for now, these will be going into pots so that we can adjust if needed. And then once we figure out the best placement for them, we'll get them in the ground. Another issue is that I need to figure out how I'm gonna do my backyard, because I think ultimately I'm going to do away with the grass and it will be mostly garden. But I've got to figure out the logistics and I've got to commit to that, because then once I start putting things in certain places, because my yard is so tiny, that means I won't be able to get a lawnmower in the backyard. So I'll have to figure out maintenance. So anyway, that's a topic for another day. Thanks, guys. See you soon.